Testing, testing. How's it going, everybody? We should be live. It's almost 1 a.m. on the 19th of January. TikTok has been banned for a few hours, along with several of their other apps, Cat Cup, Lemon 8. You know how it is. I just wanted to make this video because I feel like this is a really important time in our country and what will be our country's history, because I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact that our free market isn't so free. You know what I'm saying? An economic system in which prices are determined by unrestricted competition between privately owned businesses. Funny how that's underlined, considering what happened to BYD, what happened to Huawei, and what DJI is going through. So I'm just really concerned. Not only did Trump push for this TikTok ban back in 2020, it's pretty clear that the ban itself really didn't seem to be coming from a place of good faith. Same with all these other instances of what I could only describe as us banning our competition. Yeah, I recognize there are some security threats there, but I don't think we're reacting to the security issues, because at that point, wouldn't we just enact laws about patching up the security issues and concerns we had so that they could compete in our free market? Just my 2 cents. I've done business in China for 9 years now, and also in other countries, Thailand, Vietnam, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Brazil, etc. And so many people just that are supporting this too are brainwashed into thinking, oh, we should ban all this Chinese shit, and it just sounds xenophobic, if not full-blown racist. And especially when people don't realize how many of our things come from overseas. I'm pretty sure my AirPods here, yeah, assembled in Vietnam, if that'll focus. So, what are we doing? Well, to me, it almost seems like that our country has fallen behind in America's manufacturing. There's a lot of jobs and articles that even pop up supporting this ideology. And I think the biggest one that really supports this, actually 2 big points, are: one, the fact that we have failed to raise our wages in, how long has it been? 2009. Wow. 2009. I think that's a huge indication that we're in a state of decline nationally if we can't raise our wages above $7.25 an hour. Yes, I get the retort is that many businesses don't pay that. But hey, I lived in Texas and I got offered $2.35 an hour for a job there because I made tips. So don't you ever tell me that things have improved when that is still common today. And then with that in mind, the other point at hand is just that we shouldn't have to ban the competition. because we've failed to invest in our own manufacturing and have gotten quite addicted to cheap, keyword there, foreign labor. When we're that dependent on cheap foreign labor, you almost paint yourself into a corner of needing to, for lack of better words, artificially prop up your economy, because the second that cheap foreign labor offers their product directly in your market, all your domestic businesses and manufacturers are boned. I mean, think about it. We all know if an iPhone was made in the USA, it would cost probably 3x, if not more, what we already pay for it. Probably more now, since, the post-COVID economy kind of shit the bed, for lack of better words. I don't know. I don't want to dig into all this too much, but I mean, there's just a lot to even talk about by just scratching the surface here. I don't think the way out of this is by just blindly going mask off with the US oligarchy. Like, yes, China also has its fair share of billionaires. They even have their own top 100 list of billionaires on Forbes. And I also don't think it's just to call China, by definition, communist. I think they have their own version of social democracy, a balance of capitalism and communism, just like we do here in the USA. We have a lot of socialist programs, from the post office to fire departments to the wastewater and sewage systems, to healthcare in certain states. You know how it is. I don't want to go on, but it's not black and white. And I only say that because I have some buddies saying that it's funny that we're getting our butts kicked by communist China. But the reality is they're not entirely communist, especially when they have so many billionaires. And that's not a bad thing. What's bad is that instead of rising to the challenge and competing at a global scale, we just ban all the competition. What happened to American ingenuity? I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm obviously not like a billionaire. I don't know if I'll ever be one. Maybe if I set up my family right, my grandkids might be one day, who knows? But setting that aside, I just don't think this is right. And I don't think a lot of people fully grasp the implications of all of this. If this is the path we have to keep going down to stay ahead, we're fucking doomed. And I don't think it's the smart way to go about it. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like, yeah, maybe it did something for the next 30 seconds, but you're still bleeding out, Chief, and you still got a piece of lead inside your chest. So unless we get to some real preventative measures here, we're effectively bleeding out as a nation. I mean, shit, dude, I offer all my clients a choice of manufacturing domestically or foreign. 99% of them choose foreign. And trust me when I say, even when we do domestic manufacturing, the price is so different because I'm not going to sit here and pay people fucking minimum wage, small business minimum wage. I'm just not going to do that. That's not right. So, yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm tired. Hopefully someone feels inspired and looks more of this stuff up. I could only hope. And I can only hope the younger youth of today see this and find a way to fix it. Because it's not It's not a healthy way to go about running things. I've never thought businessmen running a government would ever work out. A government and a for-profit business are just two entirely different entities. Entirely different. But then again, what do I know? I'm not a proud owner of Trump coin. So maybe I don't know anything. For all I know, maybe if we buy enough Trump coin, Trump will reinstate TikTok. But only God could know what could cause Trump coin to reach $31-32 billion within its first couple days, while apparently an affiliate network owns 80% of the supply. I mean, surely only a just and innocent person would want to anonymously donate to our president, right? And surely only the most transparent and just best of us all, #1 president in the world in our American history would create a cryptocurrency days before he takes office, right? Surely no one affiliated in this has any ill will, right? I mean, only the Lord could know what types of anonymous groups, governments, and organizations and people would want to anonymously donate to who might effectively be the leader of the world power. Beats me. Maybe I just don't get it, man. But what I do know is there's a reoccurring theme in our branches of government that always state that, these elected officials need to act in a way that creates a sense of trust and respect towards our government, and acting in a way that can diminish the level of trust and faith the public has in your respective branch or government as a whole is typically frowned upon. So, wow. Anyways,